Social networking is taking the world by storm. And if you've just begun social networking, you quite probably have a contact database, a list of all your contacts, names, addresses, company names, and so on. And you rather wish that you could be following them on Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. Here's a little application called Follow, which helps you follow people. You give it a name, and it will obtain and print out the profile of the person, LinkedIn, Twitter, what have you. Let's run the little macro and see what happens. In this case, I've hooked the macro up to my contact database. So it's just going to work through a half dozen records or so from there. There is a user interface version where you can just type in the name and run them one by one. But here I want to run them in batch mode. I'd like to do half a dozen profiles this morning and make sure I have established contact. So I run the macro. It fires up Internet Explorer. It finds the first name that it comes across in my contact database, happens to be Shane Schick, who's editor-in-chief of IT World Canada. And having found Shane, it goes off to Shane's profile in LinkedIn, builds a document. I could get this printed out, print out all of the document, or print out the first page of his profile. And then it fires up the profile in the browser of my choice. The browser of my choice is Firefox. So here's a tab with Shane Schick on LinkedIn. I'm not about to suggest a profile update to the editor-in-chief of IT World Canada, but I suppose I could if I wanted. I can send Shane a message. I could follow him on Twitter. I can go look at his personal website. I can see who he's connected to. I can do all the things that I would like to do in terms of Shane Schick. And it's automated in the sense that the program goes off and does all the web-based stuff for you automatically from your database. Here's Chris Greaves. Now I have a sample data record for myself. Not much use here, although interesting, I notice I've typed in my surname here with a lowercase g. So this little exercise has been helpful for me. I should clean up my profile, I think. While I'm just looking at these as they come up, perhaps making penciled notes, Word is churning away in the background, working through these contacts one by one, going off to the web, finding a set of names that match each particular name in my database, working out which is probably the best one, and then putting it up in a separate tab in Firefox. Here's Dave Webb. He too works at IT World Canada. I could add David to my network. We've met and had supper, so we know each other. Why not? Here's Kathy Nesbitt. I know Kathy quite well. I've known her for about 8 years, vermicomposting there in Bradford and right across Ontario. And so there you go. This is a simple little application. It's not designed to replace you as much as take some of the drudge work out of your business. If your business is social networking, staying in touch with people, making connections, and so on and so forth. If you'd like to know more about it, you can get in touch with me through my website, www.chrisgreaves.com. CHRISGREAVES. And if you can't understand what I'm saying, you could always go and look me up. Here I am, Chris Greaves. Here's Brendan Cowens. I do a bit of work with him in the Word VBA macros. I just love little things that take the drudgery out of my life. If it's boring and repetitive, write a macro. Thanks for watching.